Intersectionality, this is something in India, what we call the double triple burden. If you remember the 70s, the politics of the 70s and the 80s, we call this the double and triple burden, or we call that double and triple oppression. Now, Kimberly Crenshaw was going to be here, but we've been working for a whole year, but she's had to have a surgery, and so Kim couldn't be here for this meeting. When Kimberly Crenshaw talks about intersectionality, she's not really talking of the additions, but she's talking of the subtractions. She's talking of exclusion. So she's using intersectionality and exclusion, and I'll just take the dot point 3. I don't like to use the word bullet, sorry, so I use the word dots. The third dot point here is that the black woman bleeding to death. She uses a metaphor of a black woman who is bleeding to death at an intersection, but no ambulance will pick her up because she says, unless specified, the women's movement is white, and unless specified, the black movement is male. Yeah? And so the women's movement won't pick her up because she's black. The black movement won't pick her up because she's a woman. Somebody else won't pick up because they're not working for the poor. Somebody might say, is she poor? But here is a woman lying, bleeding to death, but nobody is going to take her to the hospital. And by the time they have the whole discussion of who might be able to pick her up, this woman is going to die. Basically, what Hill Collins and a lot of other feminists are saying is that various intersections of social inequality produce a matrix of domination which is more than addition of all. So, in research, if we just add one category to another, it's not like that. There's a lock. It interlocks. And that interlocks in such a way that she talks of it as some people having to clear more roadblocks than others to reach the main road. So, if I'm caught in 15 traffic jams, whereas somebody is on the main artery of the road, then that's how long I would take to reach that. And it doesn't mean that 1 and 2 and 3 traffic jams is just an addition of each other, because by the time I reach that main road, I would have lost access to a lot of things. And then she talks of the internalization of the oppressor's view that creates further oppression. So, for example, battered wives, how they would say, the husband, how he looks at them is, I'm useless, I'm worthless, I'm worth beating, I don't have any self-respect. So self-hatred is created. Muslim women, lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgender, Dalit, etc. Now, how do we conduct public health research from this intersectional feminist standpoint, theory and methodology? That's a big mouthful, that doesn't really matter. It's more than context, okay? It's not just contextualizing. It's context, and it's an addition of a different kind of knowledge. It's a different way of thinking. It's a different way of doing. In fact, it's actually a different way of being. And that is what we need if we really want to do research that's useful for people.